Hello, everyone. Welcome to an episode of Jug Rex, where we're going to be talking about recommendations of medias that I've seen and experienced that I believe that you would actually enjoy. This one is a massive favorite of mine. Like, when I put it on for the first time, I wasn't expecting much. I was just looking for some background noise for my day because I love good background noise. I don't like it when my apartment is just very dank and quiet. So I decided to put it on. Why? Because it had the word dragon in it. I like dragons. When I put it on, I did not expect myself to be ingrained into a fandom that's just fun. The story was intense and just so colorful and insanely unapologetic in its representation of LGBTQ as well as people of color, and every now and again even people with disabilities and all that type of stuff. It's a fantastic show, and it actually might be getting its next arc because it will be at the SDCC this year with possible some details. If you haven't figured out what I'm talking about yet, ladies and gentlemen, behold the Dragon Prince. The Dragon Prince is an amazing show. Its characters are so much fun, and if you enjoyed Avatar: The Last Airbender or Legend of Korra, this is made by the exact same guys. In fact, the character of Sokka is actually the voice actor of the character Sokka in Avatar: The Last Bender plays the main character Callum, Jack Desana or Desina. I don't know. I don't know. It's either one of those two. And it is a fantastic story and is riddled with representation, including transgender characters who are also voiced by transgender voice actors, including the voice actor of the trans character, Terry, is voiced by Ben Callens, who is doing. I say this as an Australian and I say this with love. You can actually tell he's trying, but he sounds a little bit more New Zealand accent. But I followed Ben on Twitter, and he's a very nice guy, and you can tell he has massive love for his character, and I can't help but respect that. As well as trans voice actress Boone Williams, who voices the trans character of Astrid, a Skywing elf a Skywing elf, otherwise known as a celestial elf. It's a whole thing. You gotta go watch the show. Trust me, it's good. Both these characters are voiced by great voice actors who clearly enjoy playing them and clearly love the representation of the show. And the fact that with Terry, he has these little moments with cat flowers that are in the color shade of the transgender flag. You gotta love it. It is freaking adorable. Like when Terry was first introduced, I just knew he was just going to be that lovable character that you just can't hate, and he was. He was everything I expected. Did I expect a proper Australian accent? Not really. Ben is Canadian, but he tries, and you'll love to see him try. The story of the Dragon Prince is also a very intense one. It doesn't just deal with ideas of war; it also tries to deal with aftermath of war. Because the fact is, when it comes to war, the aftermath is definitely the hardest part to deal with. You can try and end it as much as you want to, but dealing with what comes after, uh, people considering bigotry, considering still hatred, all these type of things. This is what we've experienced in our lives. This is a 7 seasons. This is so far 7 seasons on Netflix, and it's one of the greatest stories following Callum, Rayla, and Callum's little brother Ezra. As I said before, it does great representation of persons of color, especially with characters like Ezran, a young prince who is actually next in line from the throne after his father, Prince Harrow, was supposedly killed. We're still waiting for Arc 3. It's a whole thing, okay? This is something that the actual fandom yells about. I'm yelling about it. I've constantly yelled about it. This is one of my most highly recommended types of media or just simple TV show. If you want something that's just a lot of fun, because it's it's a lot of fun. It's very colorful. It's very experimental when it comes to its animation. and it's just so good to watch. It's so uplifting. It feels like it cleanses your soul, right? It feels like that a lot of these writers definitely took the time to do research on various cultures, comes up with their own, comes up with language, looking up astrology, astronomy, starlight. It is gorgeous. A whole new take on elves, because everyone goes, when it comes to elves, a lot of people tend to go with the whole what I don't want to say superior race, but the very white look, the shimmering hair, the of golden hair, very pale skin, always living in a forest. This actually takes it to a whole different purview of 6 different types of elven races that we know of, and each one of them having their own subcultures. You have ones that represent the moon, the stars, the sky, the earth, the fire, and the sea. I can't believe I almost forgot sea. And each one having its own different forms of magic. Humans studying magic, becoming something better, or sometimes something worse. A lot of the time, something worse. It is definitely a very good study on morals and ethics when it comes to not war, but when it comes to looking at people who are different. The reasons, sometimes reasons why they can't stand each other, sometimes problems. Like a problem with the idea of isolation of species. You end up coming up with these ridiculous ideas and rumors and belief systems that actually cause more problems and damage than you actually would think. So it does take a lot of social issues and really puts a magnifying glass on how they're issues, and maybe not ways to fix them, but things that you can do to help move forward. Because honestly, there is no fixing these things. Because these are scars that are going to live with us for generations to generations until maybe one day they're fade. And that's the best you can hope for. But using some of these characters, they're a lot of fun. Like my personal favorite of Lujane, she's so funny. You got all the characters like you got not Callum, Soren, and his redemption story, and from being the local bully to being a true honorable hero, as well as the character Corvus. He, the great inspiration, like the guy who influenced not Callum, the guy who influenced Soren, a guy that helped Soren. And let's face it, maybe there's a little bit something more there. We don't know, but definitely it probably is there. But you get my point there. We got characters like Amaya, and this is like I said, it's very heavily. These were the same folks that actually made Avatar, so Amaya is definitely this series' version of Toph, being a powerful soldier and general who is also deaf and using properly studied ASL sign language, and it's great to see. The only problem I have with it is that and this could just be a me thing because I haven't figured out how to put the subtitles on, so I don't know exactly what she's saying. Or maybe I should go out and actually probably learn ASL. You know what? I actually probably should. That probably would be a good idea. People should learn sign language more. It's a good talent to have. It's a good thing to have in your repertoire to actually understand sign language, especially because there was that fact that with Maya, she did this sign language. There was this whole thing about shipping her with this other character. I thought that it was just like a fan thing in their head. I thought they were just friends, but then I found out what she was saying at one stage. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, that's future romance right there. Okay. It's a great show. The dragons are fantastic. The characters are fantastic. The lore is amazing. And once you start, you're not going to be able to stop. And you're going to be joining the rest of us saying, where is Arc 3? You're going to love it. I guarantee it. Like, this one is a massive guarantee. I did not expect to fall in love with the show the way I did. With the first season, though, be prepared for a little bit of a janky animation. I think they were trying something. So the animation I think they were doing like a more frames per second, no, less frames per second than they were supposed to. But then they adapted. By season 3, you got nice fluid movements, and how maybe people started actually liked the janky animation. I personally aren't a fan of like janky movements, but they did great in season 3, season 4 to 7 were, oh my god! I actually the final moment of season 7, I broke down into tears. It's such a gorgeous thing and something that a lot of people need to hear. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You have to go watch the series and find out. So yeah, massive recommendation, huge stamp of approval for the Netflix series, The Dragon Prince. I don't care where you go watch it, just go watch it. Be a part of the fandom, learn to love it. It is fantastic. It is just indescribable. And may they're pleased by the acts of gods and demons below that we get Arc 3, the final saga of it all, because there are so many things that are still not finished in that story, and I need to see them finished. Okay, so wrapping this up, I kind of did the whole wrap up thing just there, so I'm just going to leave it here now, and I hope you guys enjoyed this recommendation. See you guys later.